just been forever since I've done one of these. I feel like I haven't neglected you because I've been out and about and I've videoed that, but I haven't done a sit down for so long. You will notice I'm in a new environment. This is my new living room. I will have an official place to do these videos, but we're still acclimating to the new house. I have a ginormous window next to me, so let's see how this lighting turns out. And also it's a main road, so I'm hoping that the noise from the main road doesn't interfere too much. You will have to let me know in the description box below, in the comments section below, whether that is a nightmare or not. Also, another bit of housekeeping. I've been decorating heavily in this house, so we've had some casualties, and these are them. And I know I talk with my hands, so they'll be going all over the place, and I don't want you to judge me, so just know they are a show. But I'm going away soon. Message. I'm going away soon, so I don't want to get them done yet because then I have to get them done again, and I haven't finished decorating, so I'm just going to destroy them again. So they are going to have to get lived with. I've had to chop them down myself and everything. Look how gross they are. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. So anyway, we are here to talk about a new style. I did hint to this over on Instagram. It's called Mid-Japandi. Now, I know you probably like the clues in the name, but I'd like to tell you how we came up with Mid-Japandi, what we see encapsulates Mid-Japandi, and how you can achieve Mid-Japandi and why. So, as usual, when we're sitting down, beverage of choice. My beverage of choice is, oh my goodness, sorry, I've got something in my eye. My beverage of choice lately, Nespresso have come out with like holiday pods, and they're like inspired by the forest. I think there's forest fruits, almond, and I can't remember what the last one is. I think the last one's the one I like the most. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, I used my 2 entire monthly top-ups on just them pods, and I might do the next month's, but John will be home soon, so I suppose I've got to cater to him as well. But either way, go and get your beverage of choice and let's get into it. Mid-Japandi. Oh, I'm excited. Right, so how did we come up with Mid-Japandi? So let me tell you, I love, you know this is no surprise. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the baby in the background. If you can, I'm really sorry, but as anyone who's ever had a 15-month-old, there's no way I can control my grandson. So if you hear him, oh, and today he's just decided to find his voice, so instead of crying, he's screaming. Anyway, so I, as you know, I'm a big fan of mid-century. I love it. I love the colours, I love the architecture, I love the thought process that goes into creating each piece. I love how you can be experimental. You can use colours that you just wouldn't normally use, or that you would think you can't use. I love the whole era. So Mid-Japandi, mid-century, my absolute fave. But I sort of fell in love with Japandi as well, and I remember every time I did a YouTube video that had anything to do with Japandi, I'd be like, that's going in my new house, that's going in my new house, and I absolutely love it. I love the sense that you can create something out of, obviously wabi-sabi, so beauty and imperfection, but not just, you know, oh, a coaster's broke, let's put gold through it and put it back together. Not just that, it's like natural, rustic. There's a little bit of more modern, like furniture pieces in there, a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? bit more industrial, and I really enjoy it. Now, there's two sides as well that I just thought, eek, I don't know if I can go that far. So on Mid-Century, as much as I love the colours, now if you take Mondrian for example, love Mondrian art, but then primary colours, they're a bit much for me, and I just wouldn't want that in my, not a relaxing space anyway. Whereas Japandi, go more for neutral colours. But to me, sometimes, not always, sometimes can pay off a bit cool, a little bit too cold. Your living room, I'm talking about living room because I'm sitting in my Mid-Japandi living room, by the way, so we're just going to stick with living room. Your living room is supposed to be, well, it's supposed to be whatever you want, that's what I always say, but you can go home, you can relax, you can feel cosy, you can feel home. And sometimes when I look at some of the Japandi interior, I just think it's a little cold for me, it's a little not lived in. The style is everything, so style wise it's beautiful, but I just couldn't see myself coming home, kicking off my shoes, getting a coffee and just relaxing and watching my YouTubes or my Netflix. I just couldn't see it. So that's where Mid-Japandi came from, because a lot of the furniture in both styles, Mid-Century and Japandi, are quite similar. For example, this sideboard from John Lewis, the top of the sideboard is quite in keeping with Mid-Century. It's a nice dark oak, but then the body is a nice grey colour. It's still got the wooden pin legs, so it really does fit in with both, with it being grey but the nice wooden features there. But if you had a Japandi room, it would fit lovely in there perfectly, but in a Mid-Japandi room, it's absolutely perfect. For me, colour wise, I would, as you can see here, I'd go for something much more neutral, but with this, which is the Pharaoh Ball X Liberty, this is smoked trout, and it's warm, it's a really warm colour. It's almost got, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, on the Pharaoh Ball website, it's actually described as a warm mushroom, and that's exactly what I'd say it is, but it's also described as romantic, and I was about to say it sort of has almost undertones of pink in it. Not pink at all, so you're not going to walk in and go, is that pink or is that mushroom? You know it's a mushroom colour, but the undertones are kind of pink, and I was actually going to go with a pink in this room, but I don't know why, for the first time in my life I was really struggling with the masculine feminine balance, and I just thought, I can't do it in this room. So this was perfect. It's a lovely warm mushroom but very romantic, cozy feel to it. There's also a colour in the same collection called Cola, which is much darker. It's described as a red based brown, and it's so beautiful. I would maybe use this sparingly, like a feature wall, or when we talked about colour blocking, maybe arches, because colour blocking would fit perfectly in Mid-Japandi also. It's a chance to give off your artistic flair, your personality, but also because it's a more neutral colour, it would still fit in perfectly. When we look at sofas, what I like about Mid-Japandi is, for me, I would stick with the style. So pin legs, nice sort of minimal look. For me, when it comes to sofas, I'd stick with nice sleek lines, just more industrial, more sophisticated, less flounciness. Struggling to find a word that means flounciness but doesn't sound like I'm an idiot. Can we just stick with flouncy? Because I think you know what I mean. We're not talking curved arms and, you know, things like that. Sleek lines, industrial vibes, pin legs. However, you can have fun with the colour. For me, I have I think you call it a Michi. I'll link it below. in a gold mustard velvet. Oh, it's perfect. Which, you know, if you've seen my last video with the big reveal, you will know it's perfect. And that's from Mid-Japandi. Bargain of a price also. But also on Mid-Japandi is Jared, and it's a tan leather sofa with a metal frame, so it could fit in mid-century, it could fit in Japandi, it could fit in industrial, and it just all goes together perfectly. I've listed some others below, so you have got choices. Hey, you can tell I haven't done one of these sit downs for a while, can't you? I'm all over the place. Sounds about me. And obviously Japandi is much more neutral. It's more of a philosophy than it is a style, although the style is sublime. Yes, I use the word sublime. Japandi is sublime. Although the furniture itself may lean a little bit more towards, well, there's heavy traffic going past right now. Let me know at this point if you can hear all that. So, although the furniture may lean a little bit more mid-century, when you accessorise, I'm talking rugs, plants, lighting, that's where Japandi will come in, and they will offset themselves beautifully. They work together so perfectly. Yeah, so they work together so perfectly that even though they are from completely different styles, they work so well. I love Mid-Japandi. So in Japandi, you are supposed to have a balance of decoration or decorative spaces and negative spaces. It avoids clutter, makes everything run smoother throughout the room, like visually speaking. And they have a philosophy over, if it's there, it has a purpose. But I want some pretty things in my room too. I don't need everything to have a purpose. I mean, everything here does have a purpose, to be fair. Although I've got a vase that's only purpose is to look pretty. It has a lid, so I'm not going to put flowers in it. This is where you can bring Japandi in, so you can get nice, more neutral rugs. As you can see, I have the Aurora rug. That is a mouthful, the Aurora rug, and it is absolutely stunning. It works in this room particularly perfectly. Again, hop over to my last video to see that one. We also have this spiced ginger rug, which is made purely from recycled bottles. It's from French Connection, and it's absolutely beautiful and would work beautifully because it's natural, it looks natural, it's got colour in it, but also lots of neutral colours running through it too. I'm going to stop filming because there's my postman. I'm also going to hide. Still want to see that. So the spiced ginger rug from French Connection, it's made of recycled bottles and it's just beautiful. It fits in perfectly. It's got some lovely vibrant colours going through it, but it's also largely got some neutral colours as well. So it would really work if your room led more mid-century or Japandi, but it's Mid-Japandi. It would work either way. It's an absolutely beautiful rug. Obviously the Aurora rug I have. That was more because it lent, the colours went with everything else, and it is a beautiful look. Love that for me. Now, wow, that sun's bright. Now, if you are like me, the reason that I didn't want to go hard on Japandi alone was because I like eclectic. I like a bit of colour. I like a bit more decoration. So, in Mid-Japandi, not that you need permission for anything, you do what you want to do, boo. But in Mid-Japandi, you really can flex on them creative juices. So I've always said I'm never going to get a real one, obviously, but Jackson Pollock art is absolutely stunning, and I would love a piece in here. Now the vibrant colours will go perfect in a Mid-Japandi room, as would a Mondrian, even though I said I love Mondrian. However, the colours are a bit much, but when we're talking just artwork on the wall, it would look perfect in a Mid-Japandi room. Again, with lighting, you can get creative with your lighting. I'm still waiting for an electrician because, you know, I'm flexing my DIY muscles, but I'm not touching wires. I'm just not doing it. So I've got a Sputnik light to go up in this room. And I've linked similar ones below. There's also a crystal chandelier, which to me is more Art Deco, but it looks absolutely stunning and would look lovely even in this room. It would look absolutely perfect. I've put links to everything there below. Having a coffee table just to tie the room in works absolutely perfectly. Of course, I've stayed more mid-century with the furniture, and I've gone Japandi with the accessories and the colours, and I just think it all works so well. Obviously, let me put my computer down. Let's have a chat for a sec. Obviously, style and artistic tastes and flares are what you want them to be, or what the consumer wants them to be. So just because I'm saying this to you now doesn't mean that's how it is, but some people almost need permission, and assigning to a particular style gives you that permission. My battery's going. So I hope this helps. Mid-Japandi, it's an amalgamation of the two, and I hope you love it. I hope you love it. If you try it, please do give me, you know, tag us at Nothing Find. If you want to find out more, head over to our website at www.nothingfind.co.uk or com. Subscribe and ring that bell. Other than that, I will see you soon. Happy December, guys. Bye.